All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs 11, verse 18, and it reads, "The wicked earns deceptive wages, but one who sows righteousness gets a sure reward." So, baseline interpretation of this is to serve with integrity and be patient on the reward. And I say that because the wicked earns deceptive wages. Obviously, when you're deceiving people and you're getting money for it, you are not acting with integrity. That is not how you're supposed to act in the free market. But even more than that, be patient on the reward. But one who sows righteousness gets a sure reward. Comes down to that daily action. And the self-improvement application for today is not taking daily action. It's actually finding clarity. But when I think of this image of sowing, it's like you are putting it in the ground and it is going to grow. And you're not exactly going to know how it grows, but it's going to be a beautiful thing. And when you sow that righteousness, you will get a righteous reward because figs cannot come from a grapevine and grapes cannot come from a fig tree. Righteousness cannot come from a wicked sowing, and wickedness cannot come from a righteous sowing. So take the time to sow, wait, let God work, see that growth, and then you will get a sure reward. And the self-improvement application here is finding clarity because it's really prioritizing your life. Like, what are you going to be about? Are you going to be about getting that money, or are you going to be about making that impact? And that's why this spoke to clarity for me, because the only way the wicked can earn deceptive wages is if they're focused on the money and focused on deceiving people, and they're clear that what they want is money, not honesty. They're clear that what they want is quick, not consistent, slow, steady. And when you sow righteousness, you get a sure reward. You know what you're sowing. You're clear on how you want to go about doing things. And that kind of speaks to the core values, the integrity we walk with every day. And so the entrepreneurial application of this is stage one, the audience. And that's because you got to understand your audience. Otherwise, you're projecting your beliefs, projecting your thoughts onto the audience. And if it works, it's because A, you might be like your audience and it may be true, but B, you're deceptively serving them or deceptively raising them above yourself because you think that your offer is working because you're serving them and that's where it's coming from in your heart. But actually, you were projecting beliefs onto them, never took the time to understand, and you got lucky. It just so happened to work. You just so happen to be like each other, but it's coming from a selfish spot. And so when you seek first to understand, I feel like it clears all deception because you truly understand that person and you can truly bring value to them. But when you project beliefs, even if it works, I think there's some deception there because you're not truly there to serve. And on the side note, if you choose not to understand your audience, you might end up trying to manipulate them, right? You might end up trying to use sales tactics and marketing tactics and all these things to trick somebody into buying something, and then they'll feel scammed because you didn't actually provide value, because you didn't actually understand them. And that's where that kind of scammy stuff comes into play. People just trying to make a quick buck, not actually trying to build solid relationships and help people. So where's this shown up in my life? I would say missing the mark on understanding my audience. For the longest time, I was focused on projecting those beliefs. And now it's like actually do some market research, make some contacts, send some DMs to your target kind of client, get feedback, get judgment, and then as you get that feedback and judgment from other people, iterate on what you're offering and make it better. And so ask yourself, is there a need for this in the marketplace? Can I find somebody before I launch this that actually wants to listen to this or use this or experience this? And so when you get that market research, it's you understanding your audience so that you can best serve them. And it's shown up in my life by missing the mark, projecting beliefs, be like, oh, everybody wants financial freedom and everybody wants it in this way because I experienced this. That is the dumbest thing ever. It's like, hey, what has everybody else experienced? And how would they want their ideal outcome? And then go about solving it that way. And so where do I want this to show up in my life? I want to know people better than they know themselves because I know who God calls them to be. And if I know the truth of God and I apply that to people, that is the truest thing about any individual. So how can you guys apply this to your life? I would say ask questions with the goal of service. Get to know people, understand them so that you can serve them. That's all we got for you guys today on the show. Thank you so much for watching. And on that note, we're out.